everybody, welcome back. I'm April May Walston and today I'm painting this tranquil river scene on a rock. So stay tuned. So as you see, I did a base coat in black on my rock and now I am sketching out my design. I am taking inspiration from a photo that I saw on Pinterest. And so Pinterest is a great place to find inspiration, but you have to be careful. I hide all my rocks. I don't sell but maybe 1% of them. And I would never sell something that I took off of Pinterest. That's a copyright issue. But these I'm just giving away, hiding for somebody to find. So I can take a little bit of liberty there. I'm painting my sky in with a mixture of blue and white. You don't have to use the same colors as I do. That's why I don't really give you the colors. I guess I could if you wanted to. Just let me know in the description. But really any kind of blue, any color, blue, green. I use a magenta in this. Any of those would work. And I've darkened up my blue. This is going to be like the background trees. You won't even see very much of this, but it's just kind of a filler just to kind of put something on the rock, some kind of color. So now I'm going in and adding the hint of some bushes. And I see as I'm coming up in layers, I'm darkening the color a little bit. I'm taking some green and white. Now this is more of a yellow green. I prefer it for scenery, for a greenery, as opposed to a blue green. I'm just drawing in a tree. Most of this is going to be covered, so I'm just kind of putting in some branches. I'm just kind of doing those haphazard. They don't even look that great. I'm going in with the base coat for the tree, which is kind of a peachy color. And I'm using a Princeton Select No. 6 blender brush. And when I load my brush, because it comes to a point, I kind of smash it on my palette glass to spread those bristles out to kind of help get more of a leaf effect. I'm putting in another little bush. This one's going to be pink. For some reason, pink trees always really pop on a painting. And even though we're painting small scale, you could, and on a rock, you could paint this on anything. You could paint it on a wooden box, you could paint it on a canvas, you could blow this up and make it big and paint it on a canvas to hang in your living room. So now I'm adding in the reflection and adding in I need to deepen the color right there at the shoreline. And then you always want to add a white line right at the shoreline. That's where the water's breaking against it. And it gives you some separation. I had this really sped up. This took me an hour and 15 minutes to paint. But if you followed me in my tutorials, you know that I don't paint very fast. I paint for fun. This is what I do full time, but I enjoy it. So I don't try to rush myself through anything. I just take my time. So that's why I speed up a lot of my videos, because we would be here all afternoon watching me paint and it gets pretty boring. So now I'm adding a tree on the left hand side. This one's further, it's closer to us, so it's going to be darker. And it's going to have a little bit more detail. So I'm going in with a detail brush, a very tiny detail brush, and just dabbing in leaves right there at the edge of the branches. Now there's going to be another tree here. This one's going to be purple. I'm putting in some highlights. These trees are closer, so they're going to need some highlights. And I'm dabbing on a little bit more color in the background. You don't need a lot of detail back there because it's in the background, but I wanted to add just a little bit more. I thought it was looking a little too muted. And I'm adding a little bit of dark, going back in and adding some more leaves to the tree. These, you can't tell because there's a glare on the left side of that rock, but I was adding a little bit of lighter colored leaves, so they would be the ones that are in highlight. Now I'm adding, this is actually purple. My camera never photographs purple well. It always makes it look blue, but it is actually purple. It's frustrating. For some reason I cannot get it to look purple on camera. So I'm going to have, this tree's going to have a little bit more detail, so I'm using my liner brush to add in kind of the hints of the leaves. And I'm doing, I started with a dark purple and then went with a medium tone purple and then a lighter kind of pinkish purple for the highlights. Now I'm adding in some kind of foliage under the trees and adding some flowers. I'm back to using my number 6 blender brush. Now I'm just adding some ripples in the water. And with that, you just want to make sure you drag across horizontally as straight a line as you can. Otherwise, it's going to look weird. Your water's going to look like it's floating funny. So I'm having some of the foliage kind of drape down over the bank into the water. And adding in some grass. To do grass, you always want to thin your paint down to a thinner consistency so it'll flow better and you'll get these thin grass-like strokes. Adding a rock in the water. Again, you remember you want to make sure that you do some water ripples up at the shoreline and against the rock because the water is going to be kind of splashing gently against that. Now we're on to the foreground. Going to add some more rocks here and into the water. And I'm using my detailed brush to add the detail to the rock. Now I'm adding some more grass using that mixture of green and white, which is that yellow green. And then the foliage in the front. It's like weeds, grass. It's not grass, it's more like a weed. Now I'm just adding little like bluebonnet shaped flowers, but I'm going to do them in different colors. I'm doing different shades of blue. Here's some purple, and then I'll do some pink. I'm adding some longer leaves. And here I've taken one edge of my brush I've done in black and one, or gray, and one in white, and that's how. And then I do these round rocks out in the water. That's how I get that effect. It's real easy. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And please share this with anybody that you think would be interested in seeing how this rock was created. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.